Welcome to season 4 of Elizabeth Eats. Almost all of my recipes are dairy-free, but this series focuses especially on dairy-free cooking. When I went dairy-free, the first thing I thought was, what in the world am I gonna eat? But then I realized there are so many great options, so many ingredients, and so many ways to make your food really creamy and tasty without using dairy. I've been dairy-free for about 4 years. I've noticed that now I can have a little bit of cheese every now and again, but I would say I'm about 95% dairy-free. You just need to find what works for you. I have a lot of ingredients laid out here for you, so I want to walk you through each of these sections and let you know how to use each of them. First up, over here, I have some different nuts and some nut butter. Nuts are fantastic in dairy-free cooking. Cashews especially get really, really creamy after you soak them. The thing about using nuts in dairy-free cooking is that you do want to soak them. Whether you're making cashew cream, almond milk, whatever it is, soaking them will give you the best texture. You can also use something like almond butter that's already pureed in soups and sauces and stews, and it will give it a really creamy flavor. Nuts are used a lot in dairy-free cooking, but some people are allergic to nuts. If you're allergic to nuts, an alternative is seeds. So hemp seeds, sunflower seeds, and even sesame seeds are great in dairy-free cooking. You can make hemp seed milk. You can turn sunflower seeds into sun butter, just like almond butter with sunflower seeds instead. And actually, I've got some tahini here. It's pretty liquidy, but you can see it. Tahini is ground sesame seeds, and you'll see that a lot in things like hummus, but you can use it in your dairy-free salad dressings and in soups and stews and wherever you want to use it. Next up, I have some white beans here. You've probably seen these before. These are garbanzo beans, and I also have some white beans here that are called cannellini beans. What's great about beans like this is you can puree them into your soups and stews and sauces, and you'll get a really creamy texture that's also nut-free, dairy-free, and adds a ton of fiber and nutrients. So beans are great if you do legumes. Another fantastic dairy-free option is a little different, so you might be wondering why I have cauliflower here. Cauliflower is one of those white foods that's actually really good for you. Don't let it being white fool you. It's full of vitamin C, fiber, and tons of other nutrients. The other thing that's nice about it is actually a really mild flavor. You can boil it, you can roast it, you can cook it however you want, and then puree it into soups and stews and sauces, and you'll get a really creamy flavor. I did that in series 1 of Elizabeth Eats with my dairy-free mac and cheese, so check that recipe out. You've seen me use cashews a lot in my recipes, and in this series of Elizabeth Eats, I teach you how to make cashew coffee creamer, cashew cheese, cashew cream, just tons of different options. I've also shown you how to make almond milk, and you can use almond butter in so many recipes, and especially anywhere where you would use peanut butter. If you don't do legumes and you don't want to eat peanuts, you can always just substitute almond butter. Next up, just about anything coconut. I have some coconut chips here, but coconut flakes, coconut milk, and even coconut yogurt are excellent dairy-free substitutions. I teach you how to make this really easy 2-ingredient, simple coconut milk yogurt in this series of Elizabeth Eats. If you buy coconut milk in a can, buy the full-fat coconut milk. The healthy fats are really good for you, give you energy, and it's just a way better texture. The other thing I would tell you about coconut milk is buy it in the can and look for a BPA-free lining. The coconut milk that comes in the jugs in the refrigerator section has some processed ingredients added to it so it doesn't separate. So buy your coconut milk in the can whenever you can. Next up, of course, with coconut oil. We use coconut oil for everything in healthy cooking, so I know you know that ingredient. But along with other oils, things like olive oil and basically any healthy oil work, but I want to point out specifically macadamia nut oil. It's also called mac nut oil, and it's a little pricey and comes in pretty small bottles, but you just need a really small amount when you use it. I wanted to call this one out specifically because mac nut oil is really kind of buttery. It's excellent in things like eggs or anywhere where you would be using butter to cook something. It also has a high flash point, so you can heat it to a high temperature without it smoking. In line with our oils, you may have seen something called vegan margarine. So this is not the old school margarine that we know is from a lab and really bad for us. Vegan margarine, or sometimes it's called vegan butter, is actually just whipped oil. So something like grapeseed oil or palm oil, just whipped into this texture. They add salt to it so it tastes more like butter. Another thing in dairy-free cooking that you may not think of is an avocado. So avocados are, of course, really, really creamy. They're full of good fats, so you can use these, especially in raw vegan desserts, to make things really, really creamy. Avocados are also great blended into salad dressings. The next ingredient I have here is pretty interesting. It's ghee. Ghee is clarified butter, so it's definitely an animal product, it's not vegan. Ghee is clarified butter, which means the butter is heated and then the milk solids are scraped off the top. You're left with just the butter fat. So if it doesn't matter to you whether or not it's an animal product, ghee doesn't have milk solids in it. Some people consider it dairy-free and some people don't. I like to keep it around because really for me it's the milk solids that bother me so much. I keep ghee around to add buttery flavor to different recipes. And the final ingredient I have here is called nutritional yeast. You may or may not have seen this before, but nutritional yeast is an inactive yeast. It's full of B vitamins and specifically B12, which a lot of people who remove dairy or animal products are missing. It's full of fiber, and since it's a yeast, some people consider it vegan and some people don't. It's used a lot in vegan and dairy-free cooking though. It definitely doesn't contain any dairy, so if it's the dairy that you're concerned about, it's absolutely great. I use nutritional yeast in a lot of different recipes, especially my vegan mac and cheese. You can also just sprinkle it on popcorn or use it anywhere where you want that cheesy texture. And the final one, I actually don't have any here, is tofu. I don't particularly care for tofu, but if you do soy and you like tofu, you can actually blend it into different sauces and soups and make them creamy as well. So there we have it, tons of dairy-free cooking ingredients for you. This is what I like to use most, and of course there's probably more out there. I just want you to know how many options you have. When you go dairy-free, you don't have to be locked in a box where you can only eat carrots and hummus for the rest of your life. You can use these ingredients to make a ton of different recipes. So check out the rest of Elizabeth Eats Season 4 and I'll show you how.